Hey everyone, Izzy from Endless RVing. We're out camping right now. We have a full review of this campground. We'll link it up above, but we have a little bit of a problem on our motorhome. I was able to diagnose it off camera, but I think this is an important video because if it happened to us, it likely happened to you out there. And this is going to be a spare part that we didn't have on board, but we will have on board. But this is a very easy fix, guys, to a potential big problem. So you might be asking yourself, what's the problem? If you know our motorhome 2019 Newmar Baystar 3626 4-slide coach, this is what's crazy. We came back from Tennessee 3 weeks ago, 0 issues. I actually said on that video, 0 issues.
Right.
We retracted the slides, no problem. I go to extend this passenger side slide and nothing, dead, mark day. Now, if I go to bring it in, you'll hear. I don't know if you can see the light, you can hear that. So it is not extending, but it's retracting, which is really weird. So when this initially happened, I told MJ, I said, it's one of two problems. It's either the motor or the slide controller. I don't think it's the motor because it's trying to retract. Let's check the slide controller, and I'm gonna show you what I did. So our slide controllers are located in bay number 6 on the passenger side. We talked about if you own an RV, if you own a motorhome, trailer, it doesn't matter. You should have some basic knowledge of where the parts are, how this thing operates, because when something like that goes wrong, if you don't know, you're going to be calling out an RV tech who's going to charge you probably $200 just to come out, and you're not going to have use of your slide. So like I told you earlier, I said it's either the slide motor, highly unlikely, or the slide controller. So here are our 4 slide controllers, and the one in question is right here, and Newmar actually labels them. This says passenger front slide controller. Diagonal to it is the driver's side front slide controller. Let me just take this and kind of show you. So this is the one in question right here. This one I know works. Bedroom controller on the driver's side, bedroom controller on the passenger side. So all I did quickly to troubleshoot this is I disconnected the driver's side, which these disconnect very easily. They're just regular little connections here. As you can see, they come out very easy. And what I did was I connected the passenger side front slide wires to the driver's side front slide controller, and then I tried it again. And when I switched those wires and I went inside, what happened, hon?
Surprise, surprise, it worked.
The slide opened right up and it retracted, no problem. The driver's side front slide did the same thing. It didn't work correctly. So I'm not that smart of a person, but
oh, stop.
I just figured that it must be the slide controller.
You're very intelligent, but again, it shows you that sometimes problems that seem enormous have an extremely simple
Could be an enormous
fix.
problem.
It could, but
right.
This time, thank God it was not.
So I started going online. Remember, this is 2019. So the actual number, part number from our stock one is the IntelliTech. It is a 10A to 35A, which is amps, controller. And the number is 000097-100. Now I did order one of those online. It was coming from California. We weren't gonna get it in time. I called Newmar. Newmar did overnight us a part. I think IntelliTech, I'm not sure if they still sell that part, but this should work. This is a 5 to 15 amp controller. Part number is 0000971200. Now, it's almost identical other than the amperage being different. However, when I spoke to the rep on the Newmar, when I called Newmar's service, if you look over here, there is a gain controller, or it says current adjust, and that allows you to control the amount of current from 5 amps up to 15 amps. These slide motors are set for 15 amps in the front, 11 amps in the rear. So whether it's a 35 amp, a 20 amp, a 15, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be 15 amps. What makes that, I think, better is all I have to do is crank this adjust all the way up to max, and I know it's 15 amps, versus if I was using the 35 amp, I kind of have to calibrate it a little more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to swap them out, and you're gonna find out whether it works or not. So you can see the connections are exactly the same. When I take off the old one, I'll do a side by side. It comes with the current adjustment all the way down. So you see I have to turn all the way to the left counterclockwise to crank it all the way up to 15 amps, which is what I'm going to do because this is set at 15 amps according to the Newmar rep. So I'm going to turn that all the way up. Next thing I'm going to do is just disconnect the wiring from the controller that's in question. There's 3 wires here, so I'll disconnect the first one. And then these other, there's a little bit of a squeeze on them. You squeeze the ends, they come right out. Squeeze the end, give a little tug, comes right out. So you have 3 different wiring sets. You can't mess it up because they're only going to fit in one way. Next thing I'm going to do is remove the slide controller. There's 4 screws here, so I'm just going to kind of move these out of the way, these wires. Remove these 4 screws. You know, we talk about, when we've done many videos about you should carry tools on your RV. I think I mentioned about this specific tool, just look how many times we use it, and here we are out in the road using it. So if I didn't have this tool, or any tools, I would kind of be screwed. I'd have to run to Home Depot, get some tools to do this job. So all I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to re-screw this in, and then I'm going to put the wiring with the appropriate place where the wiring's supposed to be, and then I'm going to try it. The moment of truth. Is this it? The moment of truth. I either look like an idiot or like a genius. So let's try it here. Door slide again. Door slide out. Let's try it. It's working. Let's see if it retracts. Imagine this one didn't retract. Now we're good.
Now we're good.
So
simple fix.
I know we talked about this on many videos. If you own an RV, at some point you're going to have a problem. Some people may say you're never going to have a problem. You will have a problem, I promise you. We've had multiple problems, and we're not full-timers. We're out there, you know, I don't know, 6,000 miles a year.
It's like saying you'll never have problems with a home.
It's like saying you'll never die. Everybody's going to die. If somebody tells you you're never going to die, they're lying to you.
Right, with a car, with anything.
Right. Simple fix, guys. We didn't have this part on here. And you know what's crazy? I told MJ when this happened, and I saw that that's what it was, I'm like, I was going to carry one of those, but the reason why I didn't is because we have 3 other ones, so you can always troubleshoot.
Right.
Wasn't like that big of a deal, but I'm going to carry an extra one. We'll have one. We have one being delivered. We'll have it before our next road trip. But this is a very simple one. So if you have slides, go and check where your slide controllers are if you have them, because actually they're all different. So I know originally when I called Newmar, depending on the year, they actually have different slide controls that they've used. So it's really important to check that. In the comments below, guys, let us know, what is the latest problem you've had on your RV? We've had our levelers go out. We've had our RV die on the road. We've had our slide controller go out.
But this year has been okay.
No, because listen, a lot of the wear and tear, we had our awning motor go out. That was at home though. Listen, we're at a 6-year-old motorhome now. There are wear and tear items. This is a wear and tear item. This is not a Newmar structural problem. The controller just went out. Very simple fix. I think it was less than 200 bucks for this, so not a big deal. If you like videos like this, guys, to the left of us, we'll put our RV newbies playlist, we'll put our RV DIYs playlist, and for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.